Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. I'm having some technical difficulties here. We didn't have our intro going. All right. Well, anyway, hello. Welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play podcast. I am your host, Valerie Walton, and we got a very interesting topic to talk about today. Okay, because in a world full of highlight reels and comparison traps, it's very easy to forget that your business doesn't need to look like everyone else, right? So, our guest today is here to help you to drop that pressure, trust your own path, and build success that actually fits you. She's Kim Ward, recognized by MSN as one of the top 10 influential entrepreneurs of 2025. She is a four-time best-selling author, a podcast host, a Pinterest queen, and a woman who has built her business strong enough to even retire her husband. Ooh, love it. Her topic today is your business doesn't need to look like hers. So here's the deal. You get to have your own brand of success, right? You're never meant to be a copy anyway. It's meant to be custom. So I'm really excited to see what Kim is going to share and the insights that she has on this. Hello, hello, Kim.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sometimes I don't know how your brain fires as quickly as it does because I think you always have these quick insights. And I'm like, dang, she's good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So sorry about that flub. I don't know. I'll have to fix that for tomorrow. Anyway, are you ready to rock and roll?
You betcha. You betcha.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it to you.
All right. Good morning. Today we're talking about something that every single entrepreneur needs to hear at some point. Your business doesn't need to look like hers. And that hers is really general. It means theirs, right? Sometimes I don't know why I pluck out the titles that I do, but let's reframe it from her to theirs. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So, not her schedule, not her strategy, not her income, not her aesthetic, because comparison is one of the fastest ways to kill your creativity, your confidence, and definitely your momentum. So let's have an honest conversation about what it really means to build your version of success and why trying to copy someone else's blueprint might actually be the thing that's holding you back. I know I did that for a while. It was like, here's this person who's very successful. And if I want to reach that level of success, all I have to do is emulate that, right? And sometimes we take on the persona of that personality, of how the business looks. We are all very much on our own personal journey. And we've got to grow through certain things in order to build the skill and build the maturity that allows us to continue to bust through to the next level and build that next level of success. So I think it's safe to say at some point we've all done it. You scroll through Instagram or Pinterest or LinkedIn, right? And you start thinking to yourself, well, she's growing faster. Oh, her branding looks better. Or she's making way more money than I am. And before you know it, you're questioning everything that you've built. So the truth is, you've heard this just said in a different way. You're not seeing her journey. You're seeing her highlight reel. And you don't know the nights that she's cried on the bathroom floor, the debt that she took on, the launch that flopped, right? Or the burnout she's recovering from. And ironically, I've been all those women. I've literally cried on the floor, taken on probably more debt than I should have. It was 2020. I was at this 3-day virtual event and I was feeling the vibe. I was in the energy. And when this coach got to the pitch, I knew it. I was like, she's the one that's going to help me. Like, this person is my next coach. And then she dropped the number and I was like, oh, I can't get around that one without my husband being involved. Like, that's a big number. And so I go sit down at dinner that night and I start like planting the seed. Hey, babe, you know that event I'm in? Yeah. Well, I really think she could help me. And we get to it and I'm like, it's $25,000 to coach with her. And it's like, so do it. And I'm saying, what? And he said, if you think she can help you, do it. And that year was the most stressful year of my life. Every single month when it was due, the bill was due, it was like, I'm doing all the things. I don't know how I'm going to make this payment. And by the grace of God, the money always came. It really did. But there were launches that flopped and there was absolutely burnout. And I've shared that on this podcast. The days and the moments where I'd rather be in an Epsom salt bath, right, than being plugged in. And I know you feel that. And that's why I share so openly. I don't ever want someone to be like, well, she got lucky, right? Or you suffer from that compare-itis and you think you're not as good or you can't create, when it's like, I'm going to tell you all the times I've been on the floor crying, the debt that I took on, the launch that flopped, the burnout. So when you compare your behind the scenes to her best moments, you create an impossible standard that leaves you feeling small. I've done it too. I've done it with those girls who have the perfect aesthetic and the lashes always on. And I'm like, man, maybe I should do it up a little bit. But that's not authentic to me. And that small energy, that doesn't build big things. And when you own it, you're ready. You're ready to build. And here's what I want you to remember. You're building a business by design, not by default, right? Not whatever just flops your way and falls your way. It's what you're choosing to pick up, the choices you make, the wrongs you right, and the action you take. And that means your growth is supposed to look different. You might have some kids at home. I still have one at home. You might be working a full-time job while you're building this dream. There's nothing wrong with that. You might be in a season of healing, of transition, or maybe reinvention, and that's okay. Because the beauty of entrepreneurship is that there's 1,000 ways to win. Some people go viral. Over the last 2 weeks, we've been busier than ever. My sales team. And it's so funny because if you watch my Instagram, there's nothing viral. Nothing. My videos barely go over the 200 view mark. But in the last 2 weeks, we've booked a lot of sales calls and we've closed those sales calls and we've made a lot of money. And people wouldn't know that by looking at it because there's nothing viral about it. So don't watch the numbers. The wrong numbers, I should say. Watch the right numbers, not the vanity metrics, not the viral numbers, because going viral doesn't pay the bills. Some people go deep. I think we do sometimes on this podcast. Some build fast. Some build solid. And the truth is, there's no right way. It's just the aligned way for you. So the question isn't, am I doing it like her? But the question is, am I building a business that actually fits my life? Oh, that's such a good question. Let's get real for a second. If you build your business to look like someone else's, you'll always be one step behind her because she's being herself and you are trying to be a version of her. Your audience doesn't need another duplicate. They need you, your story, your energy, your voice. Because that, my friend, that's what creates trust, loyalty, and longevity. And when you stop trying to match her pace and you start building in your own lane, you unlock something so powerful. And that is authentic authority. People can feel when you're grounded in your own strategy versus performing in someone else's. And that is the kind of energy that attracts the right clients, the right customers, the right people, because they're meant for you. I do a training every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central. It's right before this podcast. And I was talking about like sharing other people's Pinterest pins. And I shared with that group, I don't believe in competition. You and we could have the same product, right? Or represent the same business or the same brand. We're going to have different results because we're totally different. The way we talk, the way we carry ourselves, the way we build relationships, right? So there's no such thing as competition. It's all authenticity. So let's get practical for a second. I've given you all the good stuff, right? But if you're ready and if you need to stop comparing yourself and start creating your own business blueprint, here are 3 questions to ask yourself today. Number 1, what do I actually want my business to look and feel like? What do I actually want my business to look and feel like? Once upon a time on this podcast, we spoke about your perfect average day. This is not what sounds impressive. This is what feels aligned. And that should be the answer to that question for you. Number 2, what's working for me right now that I've been downplaying because it doesn't look like the industry standard? Here's a shameless plug. Maybe it's Pinterest instead of Instagram. Maybe it's referrals instead of ads. Maybe it's intimacy instead of scaling. And that's okay. So what's working for me right now that I've downplayed because it doesn't look like the industry standard? And then the last question, what would I build if I stopped worrying about what anyone else thought? And this answer is where the true power is hiding, because you cannot copy someone else's confidence. You build your own confidence by living your own truth consistently. That's a tough lesson. And there's going to be moments for all of us where we're afraid to do something, but we have to go through it in order to grow through it. And that's where the confidence comes in. So here's your reminder for today, Profitpreneur. You do not need to fit in to stand out. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. And you just need to build with purpose, your purpose. The moment you stop trying to match her version of success and you start defining your own, you become unstoppable, because your business isn't supposed to look like hers. It's supposed to look like yours. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Profitpreneur podcast. If today's episode hit home, share it with someone who needs this reminder and tag me so I can celebrate you. And we hope to see you in the community.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this so much because I think we have to remind ourselves of that more often than people realize. We all have those moments where we're looking and we're saying, oh my gosh, I'm behind because I'm not doing like so and so, that whole thing. Yeah. And I see Genevieve's on too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Listen, your journey does not have to match anyone else's. It just has to make sense to you. So when you stop copying someone else's blueprint and start creating your own, your business starts feeling lighter and more aligned and a lot more profitable. So inside the Profitpreneur membership, we'll actually help you to design a business that fits you, your goals, your energy, your lifestyle. We not only have the membership, we even have coaching for that. So just in case you're not very techy or you don't even want to build it yourself, you don't have time, you're busy, whatever, we can even do that part for you. Yeah. So go ahead and at least check out the membership. Go ahead and get your 14-day trial. The link is in the description. And listen, real success doesn't come from imitation, it comes from intention. And that's what we're going to help you to focus on. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. And we'll see you again, same time, same channel tomorrow.
Love it.